Hello, today we're going to do exercise 9.1, problem 15. The problem goes as follows. A restaurant chain had 24 franchises in 1975 and has opened 6 new franchises each year since then. Assuming that this trend continues indefinitely, write a recursive relation and initial condition for R of n, where n describes the number of restaurants after n years after 1975. Pause the video now to solve the problem. Okay. So when solving these types of problems, you have to read the problem. And it's asking two things. Number one, a recursive relation. And number two, an initial condition. Now, what do these two mean? So a recursive relation is basically a relation where you try and solve the problem. So how many restaurants opened in 1976, 1 year after? Or how many restaurants opened after those years? An initial condition is what I'm trying to do. So what I'm trying to do is basically find an initial condition to create a recursive relation. An initial condition is a restaurant chain had opened 24 franchises in 1975, which is where R of n is equal to 0. So R of n, when 0, is equal to 24. 24 franchises. Secondly, to find a recursive relation, we basically have to create a pattern. 2 or 3. R of 0 is equal to 24. So how do I do this? You basically look at this, and that means that 6 new franchises were opened every year. So in the 0th year, which is where nothing happened, we had 24 franchises in 1975. And then, after 1 year, we basically had R of 0, which is 24, plus 6, which equals 30. So that means that there were 30 franchises that were opened after a single year. Now, let's do that follows. So that means in R of 1 years, plus 6. So that means there's 36, because 30 plus 6 is equal to 36. That means in 2 years, we had 36 restaurant chains. And this goes as follows until you basically come up with this, where R of n is equal to R of n minus 1 plus 6. That means that to find the year you want of n, you have to do n minus 1 to get plus 6 to get R of n. Now, we're going to add a little bit more to this problem, and we're going to find how many restaurants opened in 4 years. So to do this, we're going to do as follows. So R of 4 is equal to R of 4 minus 1 plus 6. Well, we don't know what R of n is. R of 3 is. So we basically do as follows. R of 3 is equal to R of 2 plus 6. But we don't know what R of 2 equals. So we do as follows. R of 1 plus 6. We don't know what R of 1 equals, so we do R of 1 equals R of 0 plus 6. But we do know what R of 0 equals. R of 0 equals 24. So that means 24 plus 6 equals 30, and that's R of 1. So that means 30 plus 6 is equal to 36. And that means 36 plus 6 is equal to 42. And that means 42 plus 6 is equal to 48. And that's how many franchises you had in the 4th year.